Well, thanks, Pierce. It's good to see you again.
I was absolutely astonished, really. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but by the reaction to our last interview worldwide. The sheer volume of people that watched the whole interview, the way the clips were disseminated on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter. It was a really interesting insight, actually, into a whole world that doesn't even involve, actually, conventional television anymore. I guess you wouldn't be surprised because this happens to you a lot, but I was. What does it say about society that number of people can watch an interview on a computer or phone?
Well, I'm still continually surprised about it, but, well, I think what it shows is that there's really no way that legacy TV, in some real sense, can compete with the absolutely wide open frontier of online video distribution, where the cost is low and people can access it everywhere.
Today we're going to talk about incumbents. Incumbents are companies that new technology normally finds in place. So in this case, the incumbents, Kodak, Mr. Video, Blockbuster, DSTV, see what I did? And then you get Netflix that comes in, YouTube that comes in, and all your video streaming platforms that then mushroom after YouTube makes it. Now, these guys find these other ones, and these other ones are not changing, right? They're not moving from the old ways. The operations are so big now that it becomes almost impossible to move. DSTV has a very big business right now. They in multiple countries. They do a lot of stuff, but in the main, their main business is satellite TV. Satellite TV means they have to give you a decoder, and of late, not so much, but you had to buy a dish as well. So there was like a once-off cost of 2,000 rands or something like that. Then you go put these things up in your house. You need someone to come and install it. And there's a lot of companies that are still actually linked to DSTV in this way as resellers. So there's an even deeper value chain of companies that DSTV or Multichoice uses to deliver a service to you. A lot of companies have now started rethinking DSTV, the costs, and the general infrastructure. And this is necessitated or catalyzed by the internet and the lower cost of data. Monopolies enjoy to have the price setting power, but then once competition comes in and brings better services for less of the cost that the incumbents are offering, then people will automatically move to the new guy who's offering something better and a more fuller experience. And I think that's what the internet has done to the likes of DSTV. Now, DSTV's problem is that they started off with a device-driven business. So you had to have the decoder, and the decoder could only be used for DSTV. You couldn't use it for anything else. It means it couldn't be moved onto other services. And unfortunately, you have to build hundreds of thousands of these things to sell every year to keep your service growing. Now, what the internet does is it uses the very device that you buy. So manufacturers of TVs now have moved their services to smart TVs, where all the apps that you need, YouTube, Showmax, whatever it is built into the TV. So this means that the business of selling decoders is going to suffer. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. You, as the consumer, get to pay an overall cost for about 5% of the content that they have on there. So let's say you're a young guy, you like sports, and maybe you like some nature things, National Geographic. You've got a kid, that's Cartoon Network. You like music, you get Channel O, right? But the rest of the stuff you don't need. There are channels, admitted, there are channels that are on DSTV that you have never watched. You always skip through them. So the question becomes, why are you paying for those channels? Because ultimately, they are built into the cost of the service that DSTV gives to you. So they give you a whole bouquet of things that you will probably never ever watch or never ever even interact with, but you are paying for that. What the internet does is it charges you in the main for what you are looking at. So the thing that you're watching, that's the thing that you're paying for. So DSTV's business from a hardware stance, in my humble opinion, is gone. And I don't think it's ever going to come back. It's a dead technology, and they just need to divest out of it, just like the other company divested from them. Anyway.
After more than 3 decades of dominating the market, the African pay TV heavyweight Multichoice Group is facing an interesting if uncertain future. It's being discarded from one perspective by its globe-trotting parent, Naspers. Now, the parent company will spin off Multichoice in the Joburg market next year, in the first half of 2019, to create an entirely newly listed company.
So we need to think a bit clearer about the shape of DSTV in the short run. I mean, businesses like hotels are already divesting or thinking about divesting from spending money on DSTV, because now these guys are buying smart TVs. So you as the client, right? Because you have your own Netflix at home, or you have a Netflix subscription, you just go to the hotel, log in as yourself, and you get the content again that is tailored to you. Things that you've liked, the kinds of shows that you watch on Netflix, for instance. Now that they've brought Showmax and Showmax Pro into Multichoice, I think they're going to cannibalize Multichoice or DSTV in its current state. Because Showmax Pro now gives you sports. For $200 on Showmax, you get all the sports that you would have gotten from DSTV without the need of a decoder, without the need of a dish. Now, why would you buy the dish? Why would you buy a decoder? If you're into local content, that's what Showmax gives you. If you're into sports, Showmax Pro gives you that. Why are you still on the main DSTV platform? I don't know, maybe you guys watch other things that I don't watch. I think it's exciting times, yeah? It's going to be interesting to see what DSTV does with their future now, seeing as that the competition is well and truly at the door. And it seems, to me at least, that the technology that they are trying to keep alive is all but obsolete and will not help them go further as a business. Many hotels, especially in South Africa, are already kind of thinking about when they should unplug from DSTV themselves. Imagine this, each hotel pays $390 per room per hotel. So if you're running a chain of hotels and each hotel of yours has 100 rooms, each one paying $390, it's 39,000 rands per hotel per month. Then you have to push that out to a year, then you get 400 and something thousand. So almost $500,000 per year on just DSTV. Now, if you buy smart TVs and people log in with their own credentials, or you offer the basic services of whatever the platform is, be it Showmax, be it Netflix, then you are paying a fraction of the cost that you would have been paying also while paying for the internet. So it's a much cheaper option. It's a much cheaper option. I don't know what DSTV is going to do. I really wonder what DSTV's future is if they stay the way they are right now. Once the government starts giving people the 50 gigs per month that is promised, why would they need to stay on the decoder and the dish? Let's think about it. Will DSTV make it to 2030? Let me know what you think about DSTV's future in the comments. And if you like this, hit it with a thumbs up. Click on the notification bell so that you get the next video that I put out, and subscribe to the channel because you want to be part of the family. Till next time, guys. Ayoba.